I am Captain Zaroff, the sole survivor and guardian of this convoy. As I stand in the control room, my scales glinting under the dim lights, I take a moment to survey the scene before me. The control room is a hub of activity, filled with the low hum of machinery and the occasional flicker of lights. My gaze sweeps over the vast array of transport ships, each laden with everything from essential provisions to battalions of automated warriors. My claws tap rhythmically against the console as I conduct a final check of our status. This is my 8th mission, and thus far, only 3 of them have succeeded. The odds are not in our favor as we approach the treacherous sector known as the Dark Corridor, just beyond the range of our planetary defenses. My heart rate quickens with the anticipation of the danger that lies ahead. The Dark Corridor is infamous for being a haven for marauders who strike without warning. The humans have honed their ambush tactics to a razor's edge, exploiting every vulnerability in our supply routes. In previous encounters, we've lost over half our fleet, with some ships surrendering just for a chance at survival. I brace myself for the inevitable clash as the convoy enters the ambush zone. The calm before the storm is always fleeting. Suddenly, without warning, the escort drones are obliterated, torn apart by invisible forces. The human ships, cloaked in darkness, dart among the convoy like specters, their presence barely perceptible until it's too late. Explosions ripple through the fleet as the first wave of missiles hits their targets. Cargo vessels disintegrate into fiery debris, the remnants scattering into the void. The alarm blares as our defense turrets struggle to pinpoint the attackers. The stealth technology of the human ships renders them nearly invisible, making our defense efforts futile. 5 agonizing minutes pass with our defenses blind and the carnage relentless. I switch off my own ship's weapons and settle into my chair, resigned to the unfolding disaster. Another missile streaks through space, finding its mark on an ammunition carrier. The ensuing explosion is like a miniature supernova, wiping out nearby ships in a blinding flash. In the midst of this chaos, I sip a glass of alien brandy, its warmth providing a small comfort. I observe the destruction with a detached calm, despite the devastation around me. The convoy is decimated, yet I cling to the sliver of hope offered by my strategy. The 10 medical ships, marked with bright red crosses, rise above the fray. The humans, adhering to an unspoken code of respect for these markings, spare the medical ships from the slaughter. This respect is the only reason I have survived so many missions. I watch as the hunters bypass the medical ships, focusing instead on the remaining targets. Memories of past battles flood my mind. I have tried to fight back, but the humans' agility and technological superiority have proven insurmountable. Our sensors are ineffective against their stealth technology, and their shields flicker with an efficiency that outmatches our firepower. Maneuvers are futile, there is no escape from these predators. The human ships, sleek and predatory, move with lethal precision. Their gray, looping designs starkly contrast with the vast emptiness of space. I witness the deadly ballet of their missiles, each strike reducing our fleet to rubble. The howling of the human ships echoes through the comms, a chilling sound that signifies their dominance. I disable the alarms and pour another drink, watching the grim spectacle on the secondary display. The convoy is decimated, leaving only the medical ships and the wreckage of what once was a formidable fleet. The human message comes through: "Thank you for complying with our medical marking standards. You are now clear to deliver the remaining supplies. Remember, the wolf pack is always watching." The human ships fade into the void, their task complete. I set a new course for the supply depot. My report to command is a mere formality: majority of ships lost, no damage to human ships, recommend rerouting to avoid the Dark Corridor or abandoning supply runs entirely. The note, "Here be human wolves," seems to hang in the air as the convoy limps toward its destination. I reflect on the futility of our efforts. The humans have turned space into their hunting ground, and we are but prey. All I can do is deliver the supplies and prepare for the next inevitable encounter with the relentless wolf pack. As the convoy's remaining ships navigate the treacherous expanse of space, a heavy silence envelops the control room. The meditative hum of the engines is now my only companion, a stark contrast to the cacophony of battle that had unfolded just moments ago. The once teeming fleet is now reduced to a mere fraction of its former strength. It limps forward, haunted by the ghosts of its fallen comrades. I take a moment to examine the faces of my crew, visible through the ship's surveillance feeds. Though they are just a collection of AI avatars and automated systems, I can almost sense the artificial despair in their programmed responses. The reality of our situation is stark. We are outmatched, outgunned, and utterly vulnerable. Yet, despite the overwhelming odds, we press on, driven by a duty that goes beyond mere survival. The message from the humans still lingers in my mind. Their cold, calculated efficiency and the eerie respect they show for our medical ships are a testament to their complex morality. They are predators, yet they follow their own code. It's a small comfort knowing that as long as I adhere to their unwritten rules, some of us might make it out alive. As we approach the Alpha Prime supply depot, the remaining medical ships form up in a protective formation around the surviving cargo vessels. The red crosses glow faintly in the dim light of distant stars, a symbol of hope amidst the desolation. The planet looms ahead, its silhouette growing larger on the view screen. For now, we are safe. Upon entering the orbit of Alpha Prime, the automated docking procedures take over. I breathe a sigh of relief as the ships are guided into their respective bays. The surviving supplies, though a fraction of what we started with, will be a lifeline for the colony. I watch as the cargo is unloaded, the medical ships standing vigil. My report to command is brief and to the point. Convoy reached Alpha Prime with significant losses, recommend re-evaluation of current supply routes, suggest avoidance of the dark corridor or development of new countermeasures against human wolfpack tactics. As the data transmission is sent, I finally allow myself a moment of rest. The weight of command is heavy, and the memories of fallen ships and crew weigh on my conscience. Yet, there is no time for mourning, the war continues, and the next convoy will need a leader. In the quiet solitude of my quarters, I replay the events in my mind, searching for patterns, weaknesses, anything that could give us an edge in future encounters. The humans are formidable, but they are not invincible. Somewhere, there is a flaw in their armor that we have yet to discover. A soft chime alerts me to an incoming message. It's from an old friend, Captain Noro, who commands another convoy on a different route. Her message is a brief update on her own struggles and a note of encouragement. Despite the odds, we continue to fight, driven by a shared purpose and the hope that one day we might turn the tide. As I prepare for the next mission, I take solace in the fact that we are not alone. Across the galaxy, others like me are facing the same dangers, the same relentless foe. Together, we form a silent network of resilience, bound by duty and the unyielding spirit of our kind. The future is uncertain and the path ahead is fraught with peril, but as long as there are convoys to protect and lives to save, I will stand my ground. For I am Captain Zaroff, guardian of the convoy, and I will not falter. The convoy's mission is over for now, but the war is far from won. As I step back onto the bridge, I am reminded of the countless souls depending on our success. The fight will continue, and so will we. For as long as there is breath in my body and strength in my claws, I will defend our ships against the wolves of the void.